Not on the show. It cannot be on the show.
Anyway, Alpha.
Yes.
So this is important for you to know. I think you have seen it already.
Which?
That Duncan Williams has been in the news this week.
He's cooking us. As Mark will say. Okay, what did he?
He said if you don't have 100,000 Ghana cedis,
Where?
you shouldn't get married.
Huh? Did he say 10 or 100?
100,000.
It is already difficult, but he's worsening the case. Oh, Osofo. Why would Osofo do that?
Okay.
Why? Who has angered Osofo? Why?
Why you don't agree with the pastor?
Do you agree with him?
Well,
Hey, if you agree with him, then the number of people who marry in this country, somebody will say country. Hey, 100. 100,000. Is it dollars or cedis?
cedis. Cedis.
Okay.
But I think he's also very opinionated about the subject matter. And then in his other videos, he has also expressed that personally, he doesn't think white weddings are very necessary. So if you get your things right and you can just go and bless.
That place we concur. We agree with him on that. But the first one, Charlie, we can't. No, it's not possible.
Anyway, very soon we'll listen to what Archbishop Duncan Williams said. But then I want to tell our listeners that they can also join in on the conversations by calling 054-1022-2318, 054-1022-2318, or send us a WhatsApp message on 059-393-2993. And so, Alpha.
Yes.
Let's listen to what's the.
But before we listen to him, maybe we should try and conclude on the transportation conversation.
Yeah.
Yesterday we attempted to speak to some people within the transport sector for their views on the current transportation
this morning
crisis.
I heard the vice president is also set to meet with the.
They need to, and in all their discussions, we are telling them they shouldn't concentrate just on Accra. And it looks as if care is not taken, that's the same thing that's going to happen. We're telling them that the problem is as rife in Kumasi as it is in Accra. So please, they should pay attention to what's happening in Accra as well.
In Kumasi as well.
Sorry, Kumasi as well. So yes, but maybe we can take a quick breather and we'll see if we can speak to the people within the transport sector, and then we'll make some progress. So you're still listening to the Orange Sunrise, and Janice Opukwajiman has introduced a very interesting topic. She said that according to Osofo Duncan Williams, if you do not have 100,000, forget. Don't try. Hey, 100,000. It means
So, Mark, you should start saving.
No, please. This
Mark
one
said
is
he
unsavable.
he wants to get married in 2035.
Hey, 100,000. 100. So, did he say before you marry or like before?
No,
like
he
you
said
have to.
if you don't have, don't think about.
So have 100,000. Like I said, that's not the cost of the marriage, but after taking care of everything.
No, but
you must have 100,000.
Cost inclusive for the wedding.
For
the
wedding.
If you don't have 100,000 Ghana cedis, you shouldn't be thinking about having a wedding.
Why? Also, for why? Why 100,000? Please. Why did Osofo hear me say I'll marry this? Why will he? Why will he say this at this point in time? He will let the family of my accountability partner start calling me and say, bro, how much? Did you hear what Duncan Williams said? Where are you?
I've started missing morning prayers. Accountability partner.
No, please. I mean, he can't do. Osofo can't do that. Osofo should not try, please.
Anyway, let's take a quick breather. When we come back, we'll get into the GPRTU conversation. We'll conclude on that, and then we will dive straight into what Duncan Williams has to say on the issue of marriage.
Let's go. King.net. I'm at the point in life, if you understand me or not, misunderstand me or not, me, I'm okay. I'm okay. And if you think I'm wrong or not, long as it's what I want, me, I'm okay. I'm okay. Cause who are you to judge me like say you be holy past? I did love my life, get my peace of mind, better try survive. We all be sinners, my body, nobody holy past. And my happiness comes first, I never come left to stress, yeah. I be like Terminator, I did deliver, I pass it doctor. I be like Terminator, I did deliver, I pass it doctor. I be like Terminator, I did deliver, I pass it doctor. I be like Terminator, I did deliver, I pass it doctor. I know they care for stunting, I only care for money. I never care for perfect, as long as I'm happy. See me, I know for sure they know me. Young boy, but I know G. 6 years, no be small thing. And since I entered the game, fatality. All the troubled days, sleepless nights, things I see, inside life. I the guy, Charlie, the things I see. No, they live to impress nobody. They doubt my thing, them forget. So only panya me, oh no. Oh no. Cause who are you to judge me like say you be holy past? I did love my life, get my peace of mind, better try survive. We all be sinners, my body, nobody holy bad. And my happiness comes first, I never come left to stress, yeah. I be like Terminator, I did deliver, I pass it doctor. I be like Terminator, I did deliver, I pass it doctor. I be like Terminator, I did deliver, I pass it doctor. I be like Terminator, I did deliver, I pass it doctor. I did deliver, I pass it doctor. I know they care for stunting, I only care for money. I never care for perfect, as long as I'm happy. See me, I know for sure they know me. Young boy, but I know G. 6 years, no be small thing. And since I entered the game, fatality. All the troubled days, sleepless nights, things I see, inside life. I the guy, Charlie.
So it's time for us to continue the conversation about transportation, but this time around to speak to some individuals within the transportation sector for their views regarding the crisis or the problems that we've seen in the sector. Alhaji Imoro is the PRO for GPRTU. He's joining us on the line for this conversation. Alhaji, good morning and welcome to the Orange Sunrise.
Morning, sir. Morning, sir. Thank you for calling.
Okay, from where you said, why are we having crisis within the transportation sector? It looks as if we have few cars in the system, many people trying to get cars to work and return home, and it's become very difficult. Why do you think we are witnessing this?
I don't believe we have few cars, but normally every Xmas period, this is what we experience. You see a lot of traffic. Where the vehicles are coming from, you don't know. human traffic all over where the imams are coming from. We don't know. But 2 weeks, 3 weeks in the new year, things normalize. So this is something that we've been with for ages. So we strongly believe, although this has been more serious than it used to be, but I strongly believe as usual, things will normalize.
Are you creating scarcity within the system? Are you deliberately creating scarcity in order for you to be able to increase fares? Is that what you're doing?
No, not at all. The motive of someone saying that artificially some people it is not true, that should be discarded. Not at all. Who buy a vehicle ensuring the period that there's business, the person will go and park his vehicle that I'm creating artificial shortage. Who will do that? Nobody will do that. It is not true.
The accusation is that you deliberately do that so that when you create that scarcity and a number of people are desperately looking for vehicles, then they'll be compelled to pay unapproved fares so that you make more money than you will have ordinarily.
Not at all. It is unfortunate you never heard when we started condemning those doing that. More money during peak time. We've been coming up to condemn it, to do it, turn around to do that. Nobody, it's not true. Nobody will do that. Each time we come up with upward adjustment, we justify why we are increasing oil fares. When we decrease, we as well justify it as well. When we decrease this 15%, we justify it. So it's not true at all. Someone deliberately trying to create artificial shortage.
Solve it.
Come again.
Yes, I'm asking this problem that we've all witnessed. The fact that it's become difficult for people to get vehicles to and from work. How do you think we can solve it?
Today we are meeting the transport ministry. There are certain things that are supposed to be put in place which is not being put in place. That is the reason. And if we are able to go through today, if the transport minister are able to see justice to what to present, I think to be a thing of the past.
What are the things that's supposed to be in place?
Yes, we are meeting today. I don't have to say it before we meet the transport ministry. But there are certain laws in the NI 2180 which is not working. And unfortunately, those people who are not supposed to be working as professionals, they are rather creating those problems. So we'll bring it out. Let the law work. We will need the support of the transport ministry. And we have another law with the assembly which is also not working. If that law is also working, the issue of short will also be a thing of the past. So let's meet them. I strongly believe we shall solve all those problems.
Some Ghanaians are calling on the government to procure more Metro Mass vehicles to conduct intra-transportation so that it will reduce the burden or the load on your members, i.e. GPRTU. Do you think this is a good initiative or will be a good initiative that will help solve the problem?
I will say it is not good, but let the government bring the buses. After all, it is drivers who are going to be employed to drive those buses. So to create more jobs, the work our people will also work. But the current issue is not about that. If you go to Achimata, the new station, we have so many scanner buses being parked over there. Otherwise, you buy the spare parts, place them on the road. All of that will help make sure the issue is being reduced. So We will welcome that. We will welcome that.
Don't you think
that will not threaten our business at all? It will just reduce the speed at which maybe others are running. But it will serve all of us. It will serve all of us more patronize it. So the government should bring them.
There are some who have also said that we are having or we are experiencing this problem because nowadays there's a lot of guys, when you load and you're on the road, you spend so much hours on the road. Then of course a lot more people are waiting to also get into some of your vehicles. This is why we are seeing what we are seeing. Would you say that is also contributing to the problem?
That was the first issue I told you. That during Xmas festive period, we experienced a lot of traffic. I've told you. And human traffic as well. We don't know where the cars come from. But during every Xmas festive period, this is what we experience. So a vehicle which is supposed to drive from Accra to La Paz, which you spend around 40 minutes, you spend more than the 40 minutes. So by the time he returns, if he is to pick about 20 people, he will go and meet about 30 or 40 people because of the period he has spent before going back. So this is something we've been experiencing yearly. That is the truth of the matter.
You're listening in color.
Okay, so when did you say you'll be meeting the Transport Ministry?
This morning at 9 a.m.
Okay, so I want to believe after that you'll be furnishing the media with the outcome of the meeting, correct?
Definitely. But I believe it will not be fair to put on the table, having put on the table, then I come out and be saying, we are going to say this, we are going to say this. So after the meeting, then of course, I'll be in a very good position to tell the public how the meeting was ended.
Some of your members are calling for the sacking or resignation of the Minister of Transport.
He spoke his mind. He was the PRO for concerned drivers. He recently joined GPRT, but that does not make him a spokesperson for GPRT. It's just unfortunate. He spoke for himself.
So you're condemning his statement? So you're condemning his statement?
Yes, of course. If I say he doesn't speak for us, and that's what I'm saying.
But personally, do you think the Transport Minister is doing a good job?
We have never discussed the Transport Minister. Our colleague or our brother has just spoken out of context. So I wouldn't want to.
Alaji, let's leave it here. Thank you very much for joining us this morning.
You're always welcome.
About this,
Always welcome.
about this crisis within the transportation sector. It's become very, very difficult to get to get a car to work and from work. And you heard us speak with him so that we'll understand what they make of this development and what they would do to ensure that the problem is brought under control. And you heard him say that they are planning to meet with the transportation minister for a conversation. Let's take this breather and return. More to come. Stay with us.
You love weekends, I love weekends, and here I am highlighting some of the best betting opportunities for this weekend. Let's break it down. First, our booking code BW3283A7D6. Use it to place your bet on Betway. We have 10 games on the slip, including today's Ligue 1 matches where both Monaco and PSG are expected to pick home wins against Lorient and Lille respectively. Manchester United's new interim boss Michael Carrick faces the hottest baptism of fire possible this weekend as his side lock horns with bitter rivals Manchester City. I predict a win or draw for City. There is also the small Spanish matter of Real Madrid picking all 3 points at home to Levante and Barcelona expected to win away to Real Sociedad. Don't forget our booking code BW3283A7D6. Get more rewards with Betway. Log on to betway.com.gh to place your bet. Regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet responsibly. No under 18. Betway. Get way more.
Collaborate and listen. One man here, one man here, one man here. One baby at the show, one baby at the show. Mushanani, mushanano, mushanani, mushanano. Si obe wa grobiasi, untobiasi na miunu, untobiasi na misiano. Alukuni ni miniskatio.
Now, 10 minutes after 8 a.m., you heard from the PRO for the GPRTU, Alaji Imoro, who says it is not true that they are artificially creating any scarcity in the system, but they are going to have a meeting with the Transport Ministry later today, and we hope to get some updates from that meeting as well. But before we went for that short interview, we're talking about weddings and how much costly they are. Alfa Ali was telling us that he has 100,000 cedis in his bank account, and so surely
No,
his wedding is coming off this year. Anyway, let's listen to Archbishop Duncan Williams. When we come back, then we'll get into the discussion.
In your marriage with debt. Debt. Say debt. Yeah. You go to the honeymoon. You go to the honeymoon and the phones begin to ring. And it's the lady who brought the chairs for the wedding. She's asking for her money. And the girl is, the woman is saying, what is that? Oh, nothing. Then another phone ring. The woman who provided the drinks. When can I get my money? Before you realize, the unction to function has gone. I'm ruling by the grace of God. Discourage people who want to have wedding until they can prove to us that if the man cannot prove that at least he have 100,000 cedis in his bank account, he shouldn't have a wedding. Bishop, why? Bishop, why are you looking at me that way? Bishop, if you agree with me, say it on the microphone so the whole church will hear you.
Yeah, we have some. I'm still having weddings. Some even.
For me, I agree.
Alpha.
Yes.
So you heard from Archbishop Duncan Williams.
Yes.
What do you make of that? Do you agree with?
I heard him.
Mm-hmm.
I think that it's also fair that we look at generally the context in which he spoke.
Yeah.
I think that he was complaining about the pressure that is usually on men, most importantly, especially after they have married, the cost burden, the number of people who will be calling them to demand for whatever money they may be owing them, because they may have invested so much into the wedding and may have raised these funds through loans, debt, etc. So it was within that context that he said, well, if you do not want to go through that pressure, then you yourself must be able to raise the funds without having to borrow, without having to be delivered services on credit, so to speak, so that after the marriage, you have your peace of mind and you will not be under overwhelming pressure to pay the people you're owing. That seems to be the larger context in which he spoke, correct? Yes. You're looking at me and smiling. I don't know why. So I needed to be sure.
I like how you're making the issue very technical, but
it's not a technical issue. I'm just trying to be fair to the reasoning behind his logic or his argument. Because sometimes, we miss out on those nuances and then you may jump into conclusion. But still, I disagree with the fact that you must fundamentally or primarily have 100,000 in your pocket.
Why?
In order to qualify to marry.
No, so that is not what he said, and I think I do agree with him, because his exact words were, don't stop people from getting married if the man cannot prove that he has at least 100,000 Ghana cedis from having weddings. That is what he said, from having weddings, not getting married. So you can get married without necessarily having a wedding. I don't know if you understand, but I think I agree with him, because if you want to have a wedding, you should have the 100,000 cedis, all right? Because
so he's not interchanging wedding with marriage.
No, and then before we got to the part where he said, stop them from getting from having a wedding if they don't have 100,000 Ghana cedis. He also said that marriage is not wedding wedding is not marriage.
Okay, so it's good that you've also provided this explanation to it, but I still disagree with him. I think that what he should have said is that you must be able to do the kind of wedding you can afford without having to borrow or procuring services on credit. Because for him to say 100,000, in his view, 100,000 should be the minimum. Yes. Do you get the point?
Yes.
It should be the minimum amount you must possess to qualify you to hold a wedding. Now I come in to say also for I disagree. I think that what should have been the message is that make sure that whatever wedding you're going to hold, you can afford it. Okay. Somebody can do a wedding with, say, maybe 20,000, depending on where he's doing it, how he's doing it, who he's doing it with, the circumstances surrounding his wedding. Do you appreciate the point I'm making? Somebody can do it with, say, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100. There are people who can even do it, I mean, spending, say, 200,000, 300,000, whatever. So I'm saying that it depends on the individual. It depends on what he wants. And it depends on what he can afford. So if he gives a generalized comment to say, or a generic statement to say, if they do not have 100,000, stop them from doing or from engaging in or from doing wedding, I disagree.
Okay, but Alpha, you also know that we've had other commentators and even proof and data that suggests that these days, modern weddings cost at least 70,000 Ghana cedis. At least 70,000 Ghana cedis. And this was some years ago. So if Archbishop Duncan Williams is saying that if you don't have 100,000 cedis, you should not have a wedding, I think, first of all, there's an expectation if you want to have a wedding today. If I'm coming to your wedding, or if I'm going for Mark's wedding or someone to Ajoy's wedding.
Or if we are coming for your wedding, because you will not have to bear the cost, so it makes sense. Okay, talk to me. Go ahead.
That's why.
So I'm making the point. I'm saying I was trying to rope you in.
Let's even, if you are coming for my wedding, there are certain things that you'd expect.
Okay.
There are certain things that you'd expect. So I think
yes. That's you see, that's
so Alpha, if you come for my wedding and I don't give you, say, jollof, will you be happy?
Yes. I will be happy.
See the way you are saying that.
Yes, I will be happy because you see, it depends on the kind of wedding. There are people who have done weddings without giving anything out.
But then I hope you are not saying yes because you are not going to serve weddings at your jollof at your
I'm
wedding.
even considering that.
So I think I think you are only saying yes so that you don't incriminate yourself.
No, I'm just telling you. What I'm trying to say is that, Janice, I appreciate the fact that sometimes in planning your wedding, it's not just about what you want. It's not really about what you can afford. Sometimes there are external pressures from family members,
and I have
from
seen
friends.
weddings. I have seen weddings where the friends of the bride were like very few.
Okay.
And then most of the people that came for the wedding were relatives and then friends of the bride's mother. So it's like the mom is in charge, and then she feels like, oh, once my daughter is getting married, I have to
meet a particular standard.
Exactly, because my friends will come.
Okay.
My market women will come, and I've gone for this person's wedding. I've gone for this person's daughter's wedding.
I've seen best weddings, best examples.
And so if I'm going to invite my friends, I have to live up to the standard.
Absolutely. So I am saying that is very. So it is easier to talk against that than to actually implement it. So I'm saying that societal pressure is very difficult not to want to follow that standard. I'm trying to be honest as much as I can, that we have come to a point where we have had or established a particular standard surrounding weddings and marriages to a large extent. And that anybody that does his or her wedding out of that standard is seen in a very negative light, for whatever reasons. So I'm saying that for us, for our preachers, and for us as a people, that is what we should be targeting, so that we do not raise a particular standard that becomes more or less difficult not to conform with, to the extent that it will bar a lot of people from engaging in marriage ceremony, knowing very well that the wedding is just an offshoot. Because we've had judges who have made the argument that doing traditional marriage or whatever and doing white wedding is duplicitous. Because both of them have legs to stand on legally. So if you do the traditional one, it is recognized that you've indeed married.
Oh, yes.
And if whatever you do, so I'm trying to make the point that what we need to be targeting as a society or dealing with is that assumption that for you to have a wedding, there are certain standards that you must meet. And if you're unable to meet that, then it means that the wedding is not qualified to be called a wedding. If care is not taken, what we will do is that we'll bar a lot of people from marrying, and that what they will be doing is will be things that all of us will not want to see in a society. So I'm saying that who introduced that standard? Did we used to have that standard previously?
But don't you think
how come we've gotten here?
Yeah, don't you think
So it means that some people got us here, so they can take us back.
Which people? Those people that got us here, they are already married.
No.
Because I think
if they are already married, why should their kind of marriage and the standard of their marriage set the standard for the upcoming ones? To the extent that some people are breaking their backs, some people have had to do some of the things that the pastor was mentioning.
Oh yes.
In order to marry.
Yes.
Meanwhile, those are the tangential. They are ancillary activities. The real thing is what happens between the two families. Do you understand the point I'm making?
I do.
So it is us that have introduced that standard upon ourselves. And it is causing a lot of havoc, creating all kinds of problems. Young men can't marry. They want to marry, they can't. They can't afford because society has told them that for you to organize a wedding, you must meet that standard.
It's not the society.
It is what?
It is not the society that are stopping young men from. So Alpha, imagine you want to get married. Let's say in your 20s, you're like, oh, by the time I'm 30, by the time I'm 37, I want to get married. And then maybe you clock 30, and then you say, oh, looking at the way things are going, I am budgeting 15,000, 20,000 for my wedding. And then you finally meet the person that you want to get married to. And then you do the proposal, you go through all the stages, everything. Now the lady's family brings you a long list. And then the lady tells you that, oh, this is the kind of wedding that I want to have. Do you understand? So at that point, it's not the society expecting something from you. It is your woman.
No, the family.
So then you leave the woman who wants to have a grand wedding.
The family is connected or is a subset of the society. Do you understand?
I'm just saying that in a situation where it is the woman that you want to, let's say you have two parties. You have most likely a man who wants a quieter, more cheaper, less expensive, moderate wedding, and you have the other party who wants an extravagant wedding, who wants to like show the people that, oh, this is my wedding, this is my day, and all of that. So how do you balance that?
I'm saying that those kind of wish or those kinds of expectations are usually influenced by what has become the standard now in our society. So that's why I'm saying that there is a particular standard we've set for ourselves or imposed on ourselves. Okay? And that standard, it's more or less like it's illegal or it's immoral to break it. Do you understand the point? What I'm trying to say is that we need to get to a point where we say that let's pay attention to the important things. What is marriage supposed to achieve? What is the reasoning behind marriage? Do you have to spend that much to marry? Can we have marriage ceremonies that will not cost that much? Because we have a lot of people whose foundation have been destroyed or have broken because of how much they have invested in their marriage. So they have worked for, say, 10 years, and largely everything has been invested in this marriage. And it has even affected their future financial capacity to the extent that they will have to, struggle at the bottom for a very long time to get back onto their feet just because they have gone in to marry, and a society or we all have put a particular standard. So whether they like it or not, they must invest resources into more or less conforming with that standard. My argument is that we all as a people will need to come back to the table and ask ourselves, what are the most important things when it comes to marriage? Can we achieve those without necessarily spending extravagantly? That is the kind of conversation we need to be having. Oh, yeah. Because if you say 100,000 should be the minimum, how many young people in this country can have 100,000 in their bank account?
So, okay. So, my point is, I agree with Archbishop Duncan Williams because he said 100,000 is for the wedding. So I think what we need to do is to redefine the concept of marriage. That your wedding is not, it does not equate.
I disagree with him because 100,000 or less, if you have less than 100,000, you can do the kind of wedding
that you want.
That money that you have can afford. So the 100,000 I am saying should not be seen to be the standard. The standard should be what you can afford. Okay. That's the argument I'm making. Okay. If you peg it at 100,000, what you're doing is that for anybody that can't afford 100,000, he can't do the wedding. But I'm saying that there are people who can do weddings spending below 100,000 and they can still do the wedding. So why don't we couch it in that manner?
Let's do the kind of wedding that you can afford.
That you will not be owing people. That you will not be under so much pressure after the wedding. So that is where the focus should be, and that's my argument.
Okay. All right. So then, what do you do when, let's say, your accountability partner says, why are you laughing? When your accountability partner tells you that, Alpha, what is funny?
Go ahead, my dear.
When she says, "Oh, Alpha, my dearest bride, groom to be, the kind of wedding that I want is this particular kind of wedding, and for us to get that kind of wedding, you'd have to get this amount of money. Are you going to call off the wedding, or you're still going to go ahead with the wedding? Or you're going to try and convince her that all of this is not necessary?"
I think it's not bad for a lady to expect a kind of wedding. I think it's good, especially if you can afford it. Why not? I think that especially for the women, their wedding day is one of the special moments in their lives. Okay, and they want to make it very memorable. And sometimes to make it very memorable, you need to spend much, or you need to spend more, because there are lots of things that you will be expected to do as part of that. So I don't think it is wrong for the lady to demand a particular kind of wedding, especially if the guy can afford. But if he cannot afford, I do not also think that it warrants you to say, "I'm calling off the wedding." You need to talk to her, for her to appreciate where you're coming from. That wedding is just a start of something. Wedding is not the end. You cannot expect me to invest everything I have to invest in an event, and after the event we'll have long period to live, and I will not have much to sustain that long journey. Do you appreciate the point I'm making?
Yes, I do.
So you have to make a choice. Do you want the event or you want the journey? Because the event will mark the start of the journey.
Exactly.
Do you want to invest everything I have gathered in the event, and then the journey will be without whatever we need? So we need to have a conversation. And these are reasonable people. I want to believe that anybody you have agreed to marry is reasonable. And anybody you've agreed to marry is also interested in the future you want to build with them. And anybody who want to marry appreciates that the wedding is just an event. It's an occasion. There will be a lot more to come after the wedding. Which option do you want to make? Do you want to spend everything on the occasion and do not have anything to spend on the journey? Is that the choice you want to make? So that's why I'm saying that there must be a conversation between the most important parties. In this case, the man and the woman.
Okay.
If if you have a woman that said, well, me, I don't care, invest everything, let's make the wedding very glamorous, so that people will say, oh, Janice's wedding, one of the best in the city, one of the best in the region, whatever. Hey, Charlie, Janice, did you see Janice's wedding? It's trending on TikTok. It's trending on IG. Everybody is talking about Janice's wedding. And at the end of the day, even if we don't have anything to eat, I'm okay. Then, of course, she's giving you a sign.
A sign that's what?
No, she's telling you the kind of person she is. And you will have to take a decision. Okay. If this is the kind of thing you want to continue with. I think that would be a very strong signal to suggest to you the kind of woman you're about to marry. If she's interested in the occasion and what people will say, rather than interested in the real work, because marriage is work, Janice. Marriage is real work.
Oh, yes.
Because these are two people from different orientations coming together to live under the same roof.
I don't even understand why these days one wedding ceremony can take up to like 3 days and they are still having it.
Some can even take up to a week. There are some like that, a week, every day with different events. And I'm saying that if the man can afford, and it will not break his finances, and he can still sustain the journey afterwards, then why not? Give it to her, she deserves it. But if you can't, it doesn't mean that you should break your back and do it. You should go and contract loans and do it. I am saying that no, if your woman insists that regardless of whether you have it, you don't have it, wherever you're going to get the resources to organize the kind of wedding I need, go and do it, then that woman is giving you a signal as to the kind of woman she is.
You know,
you have to take a decision.
Aside the money that you even put into the weddings, I think weddings like that are energy consuming. Because after you feed the people who come for your wedding, then you have to dance for them. That has always been my problem, that I'm giving you
that's why for those who will be coming to my wedding to see me dance, I'm sorry to disappoint you. I will not dance on my wedding.
I'm giving you free food, and on top of that, I have to entertain you.
It's not even me. We don't dance.
Alfa is lying. Alfa will dance because
it's not going to happen. No. Hey, dance, ke. No, then I'm going to disappoint. It's not going to happen.
I'm not going to dance.
So what I'm trying to say is, Janice, we need to see a lot of the problems we are facing these days is as a result of this standard we have imposed on ourselves. Go and see the kind of frustration young men are going through.
Young men.
Because we all know that huge part of the cost of wedding will be borne by the man.
False.
Okay, make your argument. Why do you think?
Because, you know, I have had people who are married now telling me that when you are having a wedding, but a lot of people come in to support. However, I don't think that when you are planning a wedding, you should factor in the support that you are going to get.
If it happens, because it may not happen.
And I also think that as a woman or as a young lady, if you are going to get married or if you are planning on getting married and you want a particular kind of wedding, you should have a budget too. So that just in case you meet a man that you like and you are very much interested in and he says, no, I don't want this kind of wedding because I don't want to break the bank. You can say, oh, don't worry. It's fine. I know the kind of friends that I have. I know what they expect from me. And so I planned ahead.
That's the ideal situation, Janice. In most of situations, you will not get that. It is the guy who is expected to bear the cost. Okay? Because don't forget that for you to even consider going to marry, there are some basic things that you must already work on. For instance, your apartment. Yes. You must finish it.
Yes.
That takes a lot. Okay? You must look at what is on the list. We will call it Lefi. You guys, I'm sure you have a name for it. You must buy those stuff.
The list the woman's family will give.
Yes, the kind of materials that you will have to buy. That also...
Call it something, but I don't know.
Yeah, that also costs that much. Then you come to the occasion itself. You guys will do, so those of you who do the traditional, those of you who do the wedding. So some of us in our Muslim communities nowadays, what we do is that we do of course, it's religious in nature. You go to the mosque, they do the rituals, etc. And that's sealed. If you like, you can end it there. But nowadays, there's another standard that has been introduced, which is reception. But that's minimalist approach.
That one they have what you must do.
Nah, you see the kind of that is where the pressure is coming from. You must do.
Oh, yeah.
Alpha, you must. Yeah,
The reception is very because I will travel for your wedding.
We'll go to Wenchi. It's in the Bono region. So what I'm trying to say is that all of these things will cost money. So the woman also insists that, okay, apart from all of these, the white wedding that becomes more or less the icing of the cake or the whatever, the climax of everything. This is how I want it. This is the kind of event center I want us to hold our wedding. The kind of wedding dress I want. The cake, the pictures, those who will take the cameras, what you do, your face, how do you call it? It's makeup. The dress. I'm told that some of the dress is costing 40,000.
Oh, yes.
50,000.
You have to actually be changing. So you have
and be changing.
You have the one that you use for the engagement.
I like the way you're smiling. No, doing like this.
You have the one that you use for the engagement ceremony. Have another one that you use for the white wedding.
Okay.
Wait, let me even start from bridal shower.
So you have bridal shower.
There's bridal shower, and then the one that you wear when they are doing your makeup for you, and then the engagement dress, and then the wedding, the white wedding dress, the wedding gown, and then you have a dress that you are supposed to wear for the reception.
So these are the various, and assuming if each is going to cost you, I'm going to be very, very conservative. Each one is going to cost you, say, 10K.
Some cost less, but okay.
Okay, maybe let's say 5K.
Okay, let's say 5K.
So 25.
But the wedding dress, that one is more costly.
So
let's say let's give that one 10K.
So the dress alone or dresses alone. The plural of dresses is what?
Dresses.
I wanted to be sure. is going to cost us around 35K. We've not talked about the event or the event center and the things that will be food, decor,
pictures, food.
Some of the cameramen are even taking 5K, 10K.
5K.
I'm telling you.
5K is cheap.
It's cheap.
5K is like very cheap for to cover the whole wedding.
And everything.
No. Your budget should be like 20K.
Huh?
Yeah, for photography.
And makeup is like 2K or 5K or something.
It depends on the kind of makeup you want.
Let's say the bojo.
Makeup the 200 cedis I can get some.
No, I doubt
it depends on the kind of makeup that you want.
So why do you want to subject the guy to all of this? Why? So that what? But you can have a simple wedding that is also very elegant. You see, sometimes simplicity comes with elegance.
Yes.
I've seen weddings with just about 6 people in a room signing something, and it was elegant, and people were praising it, and they were happy.
That is what I wanted.
I've seen like 10 people just going simple, nice.
That will go home.
So I'm saying that why when you do that they will shoot you or something. They will say, but I know rich people who do those kinds of and you see the problem when rich men do that kind of simple wedding. They say, oh, this guy is good. He's simple. You see, even though he has money, see the kind of wedding he did. But if you quote and unquote are not that rich and you do that kind of wedding, they say you are prepared.
But I think that the people who want those kind of weddings are people who expect them from people. So like you get young women going for their friend's wedding and making complaints that, oh, the dress is not nice, the makeup is not good, the photographer is this, the food is not nice. Are you a friend
or who are you?
You understand? So when it gets to your turn, then you factor in your contributions at other people's weddings.
Why would you want to do that? Because you see, we have to be careful the standard we are setting for ourselves, bro. Ghana, we don't have money like that. Though. The people who can hold those kind of weddings, there are very few in our societies.
And they have energy. They have a lot of energy because me.
Why? One marriage.
Maximum 2 hours. My wedding.
And we are done. Why? What are we doing?
2 hours, then maybe the pastor will take an hour to do the
sermon. And you see, a lot of times, at the time that you marry, at the time that you are hitting the prime of your life, and that ushers you into a new kind of journey, and it becomes the foundation of your life at that point.
Yes.
If you want to spend everything on that, it affects your future.
And you know, sometimes people are so centered on what goes on the wedding day as they don't even think about where they are going to sleep after the day is over. But you know, after you finish pleasing your people, after you finish putting up
Go back home.
yes.
And the bills will be there, you'll be paying.
That is what
The rest
was saying.
is
That
there,
your
you will have to
honeymoon,
pay.
your honeymoon, then the chairs woman will be calling you.
Please.
And the food woman will be
Please, we
calling
can
you.
do better. Let all of us see. When you do a simple, forget about what people will say. I'm telling you, if you are going to live your life,
And after all, the
according to
wedding
the
is just
expected-
between two people. It's between you and your partner. After the day, everyone leaves you.
if you are going to live your life according to the expectations and the standard of other people, a lot of the nasty things you do, you regret. So there must be a point where you say, okay, what are the main things? What are the critical things I want to do? Some of the things that I've listed, where you will sleep, all the things, and then how I want to do it. If I do it simple, cost spending lesser, would that create any? Why? What problem would that cause? So we should be thinking along those lines, so that young men will not be overpressured. Because there are people who are married and post-marriage crisis.
Pressure on the young men, dear me, I don't believe that.
I'm speaking from the perspective of young men. You can speak from the perspective of young ladies.
Okay, so I think that if I'm with someone, if we're in a relationship, and then I'm thinking of marrying you, or you propose to me and I accept, there's a kind of wedding that I should know that you can afford. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
Yes, I expect you to know that.
Exactly, because
But
for
some
us to
people
get to the
still,
point of marriage,
they would demand for a different kind of wedding that you may not be able to afford.
I can't understand those people, because as you are with this boy, every day he's buying you bull fruit and planet. So then and he says to marry and you say yes, and then now you want to go and do grand events.
You understand? Because so it means that wherever you are going to get the money from, go and get it. So that's why some of the young people will say, okay, then let me go and find a loan, or let me go and do this, let me go and do that.
Which is another red flag. If you have to take a loan to get married, you probably
And now
shouldn't
it's
be getting
normal.
married. Taking a loan.
Oh, it's normal.
A loan
Seriously,
for wedding ceremony.
It's normalized. It's the normal thing that a lot of people do.
No,
Because they don't want to. And you know, on that day, there are certain things if you don't do, it is assumed that you've embarrassed yourself, you've embarrassed the union.
No, but
you've
wedding
embarrassed
is a
your family.
liability. You understand? Wedding is a liability. It's not something that you put money in and
You will
expect
never
to
get
get.
it back. And
So why should you go and take a loan and put it in your wedding?
it's because of the standard now. So what people will say, meeting people's expectations. And sometimes it's our family members. I'm telling you, we are the people that are supposed to understand us better. Your auntie be somewhere will come and say, share. Maybe off us here. This is the kind of we want to embarrass our family. Do you know that? Those are the problems. So sometimes your own people, your uncle be your brother be somewhere, your sister be somewhere, is expecting you, our family. We don't do this. No, why you want to tarnish our image or something? No, you have to do it. You have to do that. You have to do this. So those people will put those pressures on you. And if care is not taken, then you also give in, and wherever you get the money, you'll be calling friends, you'll be calling people, please, do I didn't. So you are starting your union on debt. So it means everything, the foundation of the marriage is structured on debt. How can you be financially independent?
Don't
forget, kids will come, will begin to emerge. You think about what they will eat, what they will wear, their school fees, and where they will sleep. This is a marriage that was structured.
And it's an event. The thing about events is it ends.
Very transient. Yes. The next we are moving to the next. Nobody will keep your wedding pictures every day. They will be they are moving on. They will kill
Sometimes we worry
ourselves.
ourselves too much.
I think our family members too need to understand.
But then I think I agree
don't
with your
come
point.
and try and Charlie, bro.
I agree
If you
with
want
your
to,
point.
if you want us to organize a particular wedding, bring your money.
Exactly.
And say, oh, this is 10K. Do this with this 10K for me. Okay, that one it makes sense because I know that you've spent money on that. But don't come and say do this, do that without.
When you're not financed.
No, you can't do that. I'm sure some people will say we are talking because we don't have the means. But you see, even if you have the means, you don't have to be over extravagant on some of these matters.
That one I
sometimes simplicity is nice.
That's one I don't agree with you. If you have the money and you want the extravagance, go in for it.
No, I said that initially that if you can afford.
Yes, if you can afford, why not?
If you can afford. But what I'm trying to say is that they are level to everything that we want to do. There are some extravagance that are not needful. They are not needed. Do you understand? There are certain things that we are adding to our wedding that I do not. And you mentioned sometimes it's like we've gone way. It's like it's too. You get the point. So what I'm trying to say is that yes, if the lady says this is the kind of wedding she wants and you can afford, do it, and it will not cause any critical financial difficulties for you. But personally, even if I can afford, it's not everything that I will spend on. I'm sure some people say I'm stingy, but I'm saying that it's not everything that I can afford that I should be buying.
Yeah. But as far as for your wedding, if you have money and you want to make it grand, go ahead.
I can invest it in the future of my kids as well. Maybe I'll buy bonds for them.
You see, that is how you. But like I said, someone has money for investments. Someone has money for all of those things that you think that you can invest the money of the wedding in. So if you have the money for the wedding, spend. It's just as simple as that. And I agree with the point you made in the beginning that the kind of wedding you want should match your budget.
It has.
So yeah. So please, if you have the money, spend. If you don't have to, no wahala.
I mean, I'm spending my money. If you have the money, it's not everything that you should spend on them. Some of them, they are very unnecessary. I'm telling you.
How do you define unnecessary?
Things that are not necessary.
To you. So it's relative, right?
That's what I'm saying, me. That's what I'm saying, me. So you should check if they are unnecessary things, don't spend on them.
So maybe someone it's important to someone. Someone has been planning.
That's why I am saying that if you find some of the expenditures unnecessary, don't spend on them.
Why are you saying if the person who has dreamt about a particular kind of wedding for 10 years, 20 years, and the person finally wants to get it, I'll say.
No, I'm saying that if you have the money, there are the necessary stuff and unnecessary stuff. If what you want to spend on are necessary, don't spend on them. Spend on the necessary stuff. That's what I'm saying.
So someone has a message for you.
What did you say?
The person says, Alpha, as we all support you this year for your wedding, make sure you have 100,000
As for that, I don't have.
And more in your bank account.
In fact, I don't have 100 to I don't have.
And he says that was just by the way. Archbishop's message is within a certain context, and I understand him well enough. People take loans for weddings and mask the excitement the marriage journey will have from day one as death looks in your face each morning you wake up. The wedding is not the marriage. If you have enough, why not? But don't do a big wedding and go hungry the next moment with debts around your neck, else you will not see anything beautiful with what your partner does in trying to keep the home. Remember the song Mbappe. I think that is what he's trying to say. I did a presentation somewhere and I told them men should have more power to meet our financial commitments. Great show always. Good morning and happy new year. Happy new year to you too. So that is a message for you. You can also join us with your opinions by calling 0541022318 or sending us a WhatsApp message on 0593932993. We take a quick breather. When we come back, we'll continue with our conversation.
I want all this money. I want to take this extra way I take last year when I work for me. Lord, as I grind, I hustle, bless me with this money. Man, your hand up there. So make you run out from me. If we don't make money, what's in the game? If we don't write the best, what's in the game? What's in the game? If you don't get money, not say even when all the class, you see, give me the talent, they give me a pass. For the ring, na family they call. If not be billing, na something they solve. And how you be, I'm a money's involved. Oh, you are blessed because I don't feel so much pressure, they make figure. I $70, I still want that 10 figure. I need the kind of money where go make them go to say who with this black schema. You wait nobody up, you wait till we get. If we don't buy the best, let's see we get. Let's see we get. If you don't get on, let's see we get. Let's see we get. If you don't make money, let's see we get. Let's see we get. This year I want to buy motor. This year I want to buy house. This year I don't wanna pass me by, cause I pray for grace and mercy. It's not written that you will find or you seek, but you never find that which you did not seek. Competition is deeper than life. It's not for the shallow mind as we still there they grind. When they ring na family they call. If not be billing na something they solve. Anyhow you be, I'm a money's involved. Oh, you are blessed because I don't need all. So much pressure, they make figure. I say $1, I still want that 10 figure. I need the kind of money where go make them go to say who be this black skin man where they want it. You are not a baby, I want all this money. I want to take the same step where I take last year. We don't work for me, don't work for me, Lord. I saw the black and the hustle bless me with this money. If I know your hand that day, I say make you run out for me. If we don't make money, wait till we get. Wait till we get. If we don't buy the best, wait till we get. Wait till we get. If you don't get on, wait till we get. Wait till we get. If you don't make money, wait till we get. Wait till we get. If you don't make money, wait till we get. Wait till we get. If you don't buy the best, wait till we get.
Alpha. If you don't get money, wait till you can. And so we've been having a conversation about the requirements for having modern weddings. You can call us on 05410222318. We have a first caller. Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning. Your name and where you are calling from, please.
Nanaji.
Okay, Nanaji, please let's hear you this morning.
Today, dear, I side with Alfa. I don't side with you. Grand. See, you do is necessary. Some things are unnecessary. And you said something, said, to me, no, some things might not be necessary for me, but to the lady, it might be necessary for you. And you gave an instance, oh, wedding, I want to for 20 years. So you have a dream about your dream wedding for 20 years. What effort have you put in to meet that dream? What effort have you made? Say, this is what I want. This is the lavish wedding I want. In my 30s, I want to get married. In my wedding, I want to boom like that. So you had that dream like 20 years ago. What effort did you put in? Because mind you, them I never talk about a wedding gown. Yeah, Papa Bedje, Mammy Bedje, I want to for Bedje, or for Bedje, Ning and Yang, those are the necessary things now. You can say, do cry, so imagine going to a family like this, okay? What for necessary things now for the wedding? Then the girl comes and says, this is the type of wedding I want. I want an event center that costs almost 15,000 Ghana cedis. Lightning, the camera, 10,000. The makeup is 5,000. Then the gown itself has to be shipped from UK, has to be shipped from Italy, has to be shipped from US, and it costs a fortune. Then, Wakasha said, that is not the only dress of a shirt. This year, the engagement, the that also changes of dresses of baby. The money is going to pay for. After paying for that, he goes about to pay for his own suit. the car he's going to use for the program. Because mind you, Obama born the car, Bemani born in the car, but almost found on the car, that car, if he's going to rent her, that one is going to cost. He has to forward that car. An investment, when you're not far, or my better seat, or my Tom Vivian. Then the refreshment, like, it's a pile of thing. So, if you have a lovely dream of wedding, you have to meet the guy almost halfway, not halfway, but almost. So that the guy will be like, okay, you are relieving me of this and that and that. If that money, I can use it for another thing. And yes, our in a better 100K in India. Say, no Quenya, say, me and Kamen Quanka, our Indian Kobana Busian, Beman, Oban Panamame, and an India Bakobi. Now, Beman Papanamame, and India Bakobi, no more corner of which that's only a person sign on the AV. After make one business be more banano. And now say, the fantastic project to start our life. That is why I'm up for my wedding by myself. Or because I'm more every portion. Or she might try or trade. What the other is even near the cock. You get it? So, it's one that is never going to necessary. Any improve now, young boys and young girls, anything already. I have had the 100K. Well, you're again. I'm a just in quiet. In 100K, so I pay a man. It's the investment of.
Okay, thank you so much for calling, Nana Ajiman. I think this morning all the men are going to agree with Alpha.
Doubts.
I think so.
No, I don't think so. It depends on if my argument makes sense to them. Business, they're very.
But I also think generally the perception of what we find necessary as men and women is.
It does.
I think so.
It does.
We have another caller.
So then who bears the cost should determine what is necessary.
Hello?
Hello, Alfa.
Hello?
Hello, good morning, ladies.
Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Okay, I think we lost our caller.
Yeah,
Please.
we can hear him.
Oh, I wasn't hearing him.
Because I could hear you.
Okay. Hello? Hello? Okay, I think we are having some challenges with the phone lines, but please keep on trying the lines. And as you keep on trying, I want to tell you about Betway. If you haven't checked out the Betway exclusives yet, then you are missing out. These are Betway's very own exciting games like Soccer Striker, Fly X, Chicken Games, Spin the Bottle, and many more. And you are not going to find them anywhere else. They are quick, they are fun, and they are full of thrills. All of this is only on Betway. And so you don't have to miss out. You can log in today, play your favorite Betway exclusive games, and get way more excitement. Remember, Betway is regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. No under 18, and always bet responsibly. Hello? Hello? Oh, unfortunately, we are having some technical challenges in the studio with our phone lines. But please keep on trying. This one says, good morning. I want to know if a wedding is compulsory for marriage. And please tell me which kind of marriage do you think is affordable? Because me, I want to choose the affordable one. So that when you divorce me, it will not pain me. I think that is fair enough, right? Because even after you have the wedding, the sustenance of the marriage is not predictable. It is not dependent on the kind of wedding that you have. And so you can have a very extravagant wedding, and then by the end of the month, the wedding will be over. But it has happened before, right? In the US, you know Kim Kardashian. She was married for only 72 days.
72 weeks.
72 days.
Wasn't it more than that?
No.
Kim Kardashian, it was more than that. With this guy, the rapper.
No. That was before Kanye West. Before Kanye West, she had a husband.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know.
They were married for only 72 days, and they spent a lot on that wedding thing. So it is very it is very possible to have a very grand wedding.
Calculate the cost and divide it by 72 days and see how much they spent every day. That would be the average cost.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Your name and where you're calling from, please.
I'm Ajah from this episode.
It's very difficult to hear you, and we are trying to fix the phone line. So please keep on trying.
Bros, we know about it again. Victor Eddie, na na na, yeah. Pray for grace, my G. I say pray for grace. Oluwa má gbàgbé mi, I want all this money. Don't want take the same step where I take last year, we don't work for me. Oh, Lord, as I dey grind, I dey hustle, bless me with this money. But on your hand that day, I say make you run down for me. If we don't make money, wait till we get. Wait till we get. If we don't buy the best, wait till we get. Wait till we get. If we don't get control, wait till we get. Wait till we get. If we don't make money, wait till we get. Wait till we get. Lord, you know what to me, how you don't talk, make you manifest, oh, Baba. The street now by grace, no be who are super, say carry first, oh.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
I'm Pastor Papa Kente. Agwaja. Hello.
No, the phone lines are very terrible this morning, but we are still trying to work that out. Please keep on calling. We are working on it.
Bros, we no love how it's you get. Victor Eddie, na na na, yeah. Pray for grace, my G. I say pray for grace. Oluwa má gbàgbé mi, I want all this money. Don't want take the same step where I take last year, we don't work for me. Oh, Lord, as I dey grind, I dey hustle, bless me with this money. But on your hand that day, I say make you run down for me. If we don't make money, wait till we get. Wait till we get. If we don't buy the best, wait till we get. Wait till we get. If we don't get control, wait till we get. Wait till we get. If we don't make money, wait till we get. Wait till we get. Lord, you know what to me, how you don't talk, make you manifest, oh, Baba. The street now by grace, no be who are super, say carry first, oh. Now your grace I take the leave, I know if you play attack and defense, so at the same time. And I thank you that say even when I the class, you see keep me.
Hello. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
I'm Ajah from this council. Hello.
Hello, please, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, sure. Please, your name and where you are calling from, please.
I'm Ajah from this council.
Okay, Eja. Please, let's hear your thoughts on the conversation this morning.
Okay, thank you. This type of foreign culture that we have adopted is killing us. It's killing us because of this wedding that these young men can't marry because the man will propose love And then the girl would tell her that media, well, I'm wedding, I'm in Pino. So the men are finding it very difficult to marry. You see, what we have to do is because what I'm saying is when the man proposes love and the girl tells the man that if you don't do wedding, I will not accept. The man also loves the girl, and the man will go in for a loan. Sometimes thinking that after the wedding, the little donation and the gift that they will get will help them recover the cost. And unfortunately, if you don't recover and you fall into debt, that's where the trouble starts. That's where the trouble will start. They'll say, oh, me, Dimisika, say, Uramu, me, Dimisika, as you can't cry, where you be here. And trouble, here. Now, I didn't cry, and give me my advice is, if you know that you are not capable of doing high wedding and all that, cut your coat according to your size. And if the girl also, you say everything and it doesn't comprehend, then I think you have to advise her. You have to leave her because she doesn't love you. So we must be careful and cut, because the wedding has come to stay. So we must be careful and cut our clothes according to our cloth. Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling us this morning, Eja. And so that was Eja from Ditchem. So he says, cut your coat according to your size. You can also call us on 054-102-2318, 054-102-2318, or you can send us a WhatsApp message on 059-393-2993. And so Pakwasi says, I should specifically say good morning to Alpha. And so Alpha, good morning to you from Pakwasi. And he also says he's watching you live on YouTube. So you can join us this morning on 054-102-2318, or send us a WhatsApp message on 059-393-2993. Do you think you need 100,000 Ghana cedis to have a wedding? And do you think it is necessary to spend that much on your wedding?
I want all this money. Don't want to take the same step where I take last year. We don't work for me. Oh, Lord, as I grind, I hustle, bless me with this money.
Let's do some WhatsApp messages. This morning in the studio, we've had conversations about the cost of marriage. And then we also heard from Duncan Williams, who thinks that if you don't have 100,000 Ghana cedis, you should not think of having a wedding. And so Robert says, honestly, weddings these days are no longer celebrations. They are investments. Before you say I do, you must say I can afford. One wedding can finish a lifetime savings, which is very true. Majua also comes in with this message saying that my sister's wedding budget was more than the cost of my first car. From decor to photography, everything has a wedding price. Once vendors hear the word wedding, the cost doubles. I think it is also very true because sometimes they just inflate the prices when you tell them that, oh, this is for a wedding, because they know that people are very intentional about the kind of weddings that they want to have. This one also says, back then, our parents married with simple ceremonies and lived happily. Today, couples focus more on the event than the marriage itself. And the pressure to impress is making weddings unnecessarily expensive. So we have more messages, but then you can also call us on 054-102-2318, 054-102-2318. Tell us what you think, or you can send us a WhatsApp message on 059-393-2993, 059-393-2993.
Red eye, bros, if you no love, I wait till you get.
The enemy suffer the enemy. I yes, a second of a no. I mean, chirica. So, because away through. Because often the enemy no more than ladies nab and a son or more. I'm open a rich one. So, because we Bamanatale Kuranisi to Mayo, and so be a muduye, will be super and cheer. So, if you know check case, I am in 1 billion, a double. They depend about pass away, depend or ban. Because Miss often anything can happen while we're living. We bet my wallow ban the armor with Jao. Miss amount to no gigisano. If you say be or ban or one, I miss me one and if you war. And on Peso Mobuama, Yen Sabia. Then Yanisa, Mashe, a sitting any mono, because on your wedding in a year, Kuku Sano, see a baby, no. It's me, you could have no monkasao, because Bosniana, Manaco boy, and ye dano. It's no me then come say, said Jacka and now. Diana. No ban DNA important. Some of Baguna will say, Yana one. And yeah, will be Diana Mubere. Oh, now, boy, not just say, a mere Shirasuna. I long marriage, and yet the be a better them as one I and Cassa. Monia Minia Juma.
All right. Kobe. All right, thank you so much for calling in, Kobe. I think we've had an interesting conversation in studio this morning, and so Alpha Ali will continue with the show. Okay, let's pick this caller. Hello. Hello. Good morning.
Morning.
Please, your name and where you are calling from.
I'm Michelle from Bokomensia.
Hello, Michelle. Please, what are your thoughts this morning?
I feel really often they are really as a more because a lot of ladies are expecting that kind of marriage in their life because they want to be happy in marriage. Then I think maybe who is so often they may be our catcher and so man and Ghana for because our catcher Ghana for the strength Panachawa on Konechina on Sana because or can you be classy and say as a man or a lady, you person already I was like okay according to your like your size according to your suit to say suit according to your size. Or what I say. And then the bonus I need the how never tears because imagine say if I say my power you my spending a lot of amount in marriage, if I say especially wedding. Now wedding, if I say be and do baby if I so then so I say. Anyway, we didn't so much we spend it less. But marriage need to be successful. I kind of amount no class of no mentions be if I say I was war account to after marriage in the quality babroso. So I say. And you know, giving a figure maybe you have to marry after marriage you have to have this kind of amount in your account, you know. I think that is not necessary because you have some people, they have that kind of amount. And as you don't have that kind of amount, so you go in a poorest way, you marry in peaceful, and later on, you look out after what is next, you get me? So who's spending now you later, now phone could do baby, and then no call now by. And you know, as a year now, you need to be near me. When they say, you so what I say, I'm not saying they waka my scaffold because scaffold which my yam and amrosa. By years when I need be near young day. Yes, you who say, okay, yes, I said, then you go for you form back. I don't know better what it said half a kind. If you get a clear, so as I say, or better say, because you or bad what's on the plan for our rain on because a very impressed the same and now for lose it. The man our number and year at so as I say, it's no, when you do commonality as here, you will be to me the 5,000. Our reality is successful. Which means you move $1 billion in the months, so as I say, so you don't depend on the amount you have. You depend on the trust and the belief. Now you can know our arena or the one. So as I say, the Kakara makes my confirm.
All right. Thank you so much for calling, Michelle. Alpha, there's a message for you. Someone says he wants to hear specifically from you the kind of wedding that he should have.
I'm not married.
Hello.
Hello, Jenny.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, I say.
Pacho Nyamiadum. Pacho Udini Baby Okasafi. Okay. Please, what are your thoughts on this morning's conversation?
I say, you're not more casting I say, Yantimia first of all, the more kind in Abbey to you. I say, yeah, two baby in it. Now, just often as them no kind I because me so car baby say, I were any now if you worry in a year worry. So no free say, obey your wedding. They said, yeah, can obey your wedding, dear. This is no near my wedding. This obey your wedding, dear. There was a who say, Sika saying also when you're a 280. Because obey your wedding, never be enough idea. Or how now money and you didn't quite under Bibria, but feed and then not just a 1 year wedding, no crank, eh? Anna may me tear so for us, no cars, Anna me tear fear. It's one more end, diverted so for us, no baby, or no. Just a boss, I'm swank because see, I am Namafona Yabano. Ye pay me a obey me a national hometure was over also. It is all cool more bananas and Mukufuko if you want a mummy and Nassam say, Mobile Margis and Bay wedding. Not the wedding is Soprano. When I'm winning Quam, but that's what Mobile. Don't be some way and cassia, to you more, was who need it out. Now this as she can acquire wedding, because of an over here. There was someone who said, Scare me, you will be damaged. Dana so from the person or chair. And then a Brabona airborne, Timber Hall cry saying, Mummy and Mokotana Timber Hall, saying, oh, yeah, it is often the Wakasim, Madame, only I'm here.
Yes, yeah, Dawasi. Thank you so much for calling us. And so I think we'll do a few more calls and then 2 more calls and then we will wrap up the show. You can call us on 054-102-2318, 054-102-2318. Very soon, Alpha will take the seat with more interesting conversations and interviews in studio. The line is 054-102-2318, 054-102-2318. Tell us what you think about what has been happening. The cost of weddings, modern weddings. Do you think it is necessary? Do you think it is important to spend over 100,000 Ghana cedis on a day ceremony or on 3-day ceremony? What are your thoughts? We want to hear from you. Also, I think I should read some of the messages that we've gotten. So Kwabna says, I don't blame couples entirely. Society puts pressure on them to host big weddings. If you go small, people say you are broke or unserious. That pressure is part of why weddings are so costly. And then Irama also says, I planned my wedding last year and I was shocked. Venue, catering, outfits, makeup, everything adds up fast. You start with a budget and end up doubling it. This one also says we should normalize affordable weddings. Love should not come with debt. Marriage is a lifetime commitment, not a one-day competition. I think these are very interesting views, balancing the significance of marriage and the celebrations that comes with wedding. But I think most of the times the mistake we do is we equate the wedding ceremony to the entire marriage, but then after the wedding, that is when the actual marriage continues. And so we were making an interesting point earlier when we said that some marriages are very extravagant, some marriages are very costly, some marriages are very grand, but then they end up not lasting long. And then we cited an example of Kim Kardashian, who was married for just 72 days. And so we are still waiting for your calls. We take 2 more calls and then we'll end the show today. We'll end the conversation today.
Come back.
There were a lot of trouble. I'm taking B papers because of marriage. But my second marriage, let's say 20,000. But I can promise you guys that she is the one rather helping me financially, giving me peace. So we shouldn't rely on society who say because because it's not the amount that will determine the lifespan of your marriage. Say I use huge sum of money so my marriage should last, or I should have peace, or I should have this. Massa, the word marriage and those kind of weddings that people are doing, me, I would say sometimes it's just waste of time and waste of resources and waste of money. But to me, my experience, the one that I spent on it, I didn't benefit. But the one that I spent less, I'm now enjoying that marriage. So we shouldn't say I should raise the marriage, I should do a big wedding so that my marriage will last or the person will love me. It doesn't determine anything.
So I think this is a perfect way to summarize this conversation. So we have a man who has gone to the battle on 2 occasions. One, he spent so much. And he said, unfortunately, as a result of that, he's had to take a lot more BP medication. The second one, he said, he spent 20K. And that has proven to be successful. So you have an idea of what to do. He has more or less reinforced my earlier position. Harris Swala, good morning to you.
Good morning, Alpha.
I like your shadow this morning.
Thank you. Looking good.
You're looking like a Nigerian politician. They don't joke with their shadows.
Osechi Mensah has been doing this for a very long time.
Oh yeah, for him, he's used to this. Yeah. If you don't know him, you would think he's MP for Asawasi constituency. Because you've done the marriage ceremony before. We would like to briefly seek your view, 2 minutes or 3.
All right, thank you very
much.
What do you
think? What's your take on what Duncan Williams said about if you want to do wedding, even though we Muslims don't do wedding, but now we also have something that is similar. We have created our own kind of. He said you need minimum 100,000 Ghana cedis, and if you don't have it, you should be stopped from doing that. Just do the traditional and go away. There's no need to go and worry yourself with any wedding and any reception. What's your take on it?
Thank you very much. I think listening to the conversation, you can clearly tell that people have different experiences. Some have paid more, and then it was well for them. They never had any challenges, and they feel like it was a very positive investment. Some have done less, and they also had very good experience. And then there are also some who
spend less and still have issues.
You understand? So for me, I always believe it's just about personal experiences. Sometimes when rich people talk, they are not talking to.
Yeah, they are talking to their
colleagues
and
people
friends.
of the same level. So when you who have not gotten there also immerse yourself in that, then you create needless pressure for yourself. Because I know very well that Duncan Williams was not talking about me.
No, he was not referring to me.
He was not referring to me. I know he's referring to people who are on that level. So I can only listen and cut my quotes according to my size. So I don't know why people are taking this matter so emotional. But there are some people who also would have this, who have disagreement to him because they feel like even the 100,000 he's talking about is less.
Too less. It's too 100,000 already heading. But have you also realized that because you're coming from the Zongo communities, now our marriages are becoming very expensive? Have you realized that?
Yeah, it's true.
All the other activities attached to it.
It's much better. Alpha, like I always say, it depends on you.
No, sometimes it depends on the family. The demands of the family.
Alpha, if you can't, you just walk away. It's as simple as that. You want to marry a woman to build a life with. And they want you to invest everything you intend to invest to make your life better in just single marriage. With the marriage itself, it's not an investment that will yield.
No, that one.
You get my point. So you as a man need to stamp on your authority to know where you are going. If I enter and I want to marry you and your parents begin to make certain demands that I cannot, I'll just tell I'll engage the lady and tell her, this is my strength. Go and then speak on my behalf that this is what I can do. If the family would agree and then let us have that opportunity to marry, fine. If they won't, then the lady would know that at least you've done your best. But just that the family, how they want you to do, you are
But
unable to do it.
There are some standards that we've normalized. So after the most important thing, which is dowry one, there is Ashat, Ashat.
Yes.
There is Arewa.
Yes.
Arewa happens mostly on Saturdays.
Yes. And
they
do
Sunday, and then Sunday there is Ashat.
You see,
now all of those you have to.
All those things are alien to the culture and then the religion of Islam. They are alien. They are alien. We all know. Marriage is just about having your witnesses from the mother's side, from the father's side. I have given you, I have taken it on this. Token.
So that maybe the guys can meet somewhere, eat,
Period.
have fun, some
Period.
The ladies too can do their and then.
I did my marriage my marriage was one of the simplest. Very simple.
Tell me,
but then people who participate in my marriage ceremony attested to the fact that they never believed marriage can be done with such simplicity and
how did you
be fun. Just normal on the woman's side, there are certain things that you cannot stop. Because as at that time the woman is not yours. Even though religiously she's yours, but until they bring her to your house, you don't have that total authority. So I told myself and my family, they know for me the sooner day my life inside. So I said there is nothing like going to play music and dance and nothing. It is overruled. And then if even they decide to do it in their own family house, I will not participate. I will not come there.
So you didn't go?
I didn't. I told them. And then the only thing that I knew I did was when we needed her to come at the reception venue, that was when the pressure mounted that I should go there together with my guys to go and pick her. So immediately I got there. I didn't even go down in the car. My friends had to get down in the car, bring her in the car, and we left.
Okay.
I never stepped my foot there. I stamped on my authority and it was like that. My reception, we had dignitaries across, sat down. We had some advices from those who have been there and told us the woman will have her part, the guy will have his part, and an encouragement on to those who are yet to get into marriage will be encouraged. And after that we ate, no music, nothing. We ate. So it gave opportunity for people to communicate and interact among themselves because there is no music to overwhelm somebody to be dancing like a pregnant fish. No. After that, we moved to a location.
So you just do simple ones.
Simple.
Some 2 malams.
I'm telling you, very simple.
Okay.
Very, very simple. And after that, the friends, we all moved at a location where my office, where I'm running my NGO. We sat there and then the frying of the things and we're eating and talking among ourselves. So people did not leave until it was around Maghrib. Because the conversation, it's been a long time you saw a friend and now you are engaging. You are talking.
And there's food.
There is food. The drinks are there. So
nice.
it was just like a family reunion something. No music, no dance. We're making, and those who are the bachelors are being encouraged on that day on a personal basis.
They can connect.
Yes, they were connecting.
They were connecting.
Yes. So it was that simple. The monies that you go and rent, DJ, decoration, what have you, at least we spend it and then it entered into people's belly. And it was so fun. And then one lady will be marrying this week, and she was like, she never thought marriage can be done this simple and also very enjoyable like this. She had really enjoyed it because it gave opportunity. Very simple. Because I always believe what I believe is simple is best. Simple is best. If Allah has put in barakah in a marriage, it doesn't matter the attention. Sometimes we need to be very careful with the evil eye and the evil tongue. I know young people in the Zongo community, because XYZ have done it, I also have to do it. Mount needless pressure on themselves. Take loans, borrow, do all these things. After that, the woman will say, I didn't know the man was a scam. He did all these things for me and I fell for it. I got into the marriage and it was totally a different situation altogether. Why would you subject yourself to this?
So you will advise that based on your experience, just, of course, what we call the dowry one.
Yes.
And then maybe you can have the small reception you talked about. There some few malams, they will just preach we are gone.
So
two main events.
Two main events.
Oh, simple.
Right after that, maybe after reception where you
then the boys will meet,
and those who have not gotten the opportunity to be there, we have where we will sit.
Absolutely.
And then kill the day or kill the night.
And we are done.
Everything is done. Okay. You are married.
You don't have to.
You didn't entertain any. It's for me. I think
some people can do it for 3 days.
Yes,
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
And we have testimonies of such marriages that have been contracted. The noise everywhere, social media, TikTok, everywhere. In the end, 100 days.
But I think we are learning from the Nigerians, the rich Nigerians.
Yes.
The Hausa people.
Yeah.
The rich houses. When you see their marriage,
I remember when Dangote's daughter was getting married.
Charlie.
Invitees of the event were given, I think, a gold-plated iPhone. That is Dangote for you. It will not take anything away from him.
0.000
exactly.
of his wealth.
So you, the son of Ajay Atasu, and you are there, you want to do this.
And then I've seen Sanusi's son too.
Yeah.
Charlie. No.
Because, you see, Alpha, they are there.
They are at the level.
They are at the level. Even if they don't do it, God will punish them.
they can't.
They have the means, and it will not touch anything from what they have amassed for themselves. And in fact, it is the poor people who even benefit from their affluence during that time. And you don't have. Do simple thing too. You want to? Come on. So for me, I believe that simple is best. Simple is elegance. Just do according to what you can afford, so that you don't subject yourself into needless pressure. I mean, it's not worth it.
There's pressure.
It's not worth
it.
If this is the reason why majority of the young people are thinking that this is where I want to get to, this is what I want to be able to do before I'll get married, they should know that time is not on our side. When you look at our generation, our life expectancy is very short. And perhaps if you had considered to have a simple marriage, by now maybe your son will be 1 or 2. And then you are there, you are piling all the money because I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this before. Man, look, time waits for no man. You are wasting time. Just do it. It's simple.
Interesting. Let's move away from that and deal with another pressure in town. Transportation. Harris. Charles, pressure in town. Getting cars.
Serious.
I know you use the Ababu post office stretch very often. We realize the queue that mounts, especially in the evenings, when people have closed from work, trying to go home. In Accra and Kumasi, these days, getting car is becoming very difficult. As for you, you have your own means of transportation. It's relatively better. Myself, I'm even considering to.
You have to.
Talk to me about that problem and what government is seeking to do about it.
You see, Alpha, this has become a huge problem for for Ghanaians, especially those who reside in Accra. I lived in Accra for many years, and I know what I'm talking about. One of the key points that we have to establish is, as people, we don't empathize with each other. Sometimes we call on government to do its part. When the government does its part, we fail to do our part to make life good for all of us. Because what is the justification for all these things that we are going through? Sometimes it's artificial, made. The drivers decide that during this hour, I'm not going to move my car. I'll not move. But then I'll wait until the rush hour so that I can increase the fare. We see that.
We spoke to the GPRT, he said, no, they can't do that. They want money.
Majority of those in the GPRTU are people who are enemies of the state.
Enemies of
the state.
Why do you say so?
Why is it that when government decreases or the cost of fuel comes down, cost of diesel comes down, sometimes we have to beg them, and they will be telling us that they are not too sure as to whether the reduction in the price of fuel and diesel is sustainable, so they want to wait for a while. But immediately government increases fuel for 1 peso, they are quick to increase their price. They are part of the problems that we have in this country.
The GPR.
I'm telling you, they are part of the problems.
They are enemies of the state.
They are enemies of the state. Some of them. I know very well that you can't generalize because there might be some good, well-meaning people amongst them, but the majority of them
are enemies of the
state. I'm telling you.
Because even when the fuel price is coming down, they are unwilling.
They are unwilling. And sometimes they even wait for the uproar, public conversation before they will come and tell us that, okay.
Usually they make the argument that they have had to deal with a lot of cost over the period. So when fuel comes down, it is also an opportunity for them to make inroads into
they should be
what
they should be serious. They should be serious.
And that sometimes they say it's not just fuel. There are other factors, spare parts, roads are bad, so they are frequenting workshops, fitting shops and what have you. So it all amounts to the cost that they will have to bear.
Our problem is when fuel price increases, they are quick, very swift to adjust prices and increase high prices. But then fuel can be reduced. Sometimes they even come tell us that even though the cost of fuel has come down, the cost of diesel has come down, inflation is relatively okay, but then they believe that they will not increase the price. But then they will also not reduce the price. They will keep it at the same level. But let fuel be increased just the next day after. They are quick to increase their price. Why? Sometimes we should be considerate. All factors that should lead to reduction, total reduction, drastic reduction in the fares that is, collected across the nation is pointing green. You need to do it. Because if it is fuel, now fuel is 10 cedis a liter. If it is diesel is less. As we speak, 11 cedis. If it is spare parts, yesterday I saw an interview, some of the leadership of the Abosukan. They said they have reduced price. It's only those who feel like they have their own agenda. They are those.
Do you think it's a sabotage?
Yes, they said it. Yes, from their interview, one of them said yes. A majority of those who deal in spare parts in the Abosukan are MPP people. So sometimes when MPP is in government, they decide as to whether there is an intervention by government to help them or not. They decide for the government to score a political point. They decide to reduce their prices, and they did it here in this country. From one of them who sat on one of the radio stations and made all this confession. I was very surprised.
But maybe it's his personal view.
No, this person is part of a union. It's a union head who came out to speak. Union head. They decide. And then they acknowledge that majority of them are MPPs. So they intentionally use their unions to control the narrative for government. If they agree with the government, they will do it to help the government. If they don't agree, if the government that they don't agree with the ideals and policies of the government, they do things to make the government hot. That's what they do. But this is from their union head.
Assuming without admitting that what he said is anything to go by, I'm not too sure that's the same when it comes to GPRTU members.
For GPRTU,
it's not a sabotage.
See, for GPRTU,
they are just doing business.
My problem is something that is born out of the same government. You understand? Government has a hand in it because they have elections. Government, considered we are big stakeholders when it comes to issues. Very critical. So GPRTU is supposed not to be thinking profit maximization, but rather delivering good service.
Nobody are in business.
I know
when
that
you buy a car,
you see,
you want to make profit. Look at pay your fees, pay your.
Look at STC. Is it not government owned?
Yes, it is.
Compare the prices of STC to that of VIP. STC is relatively cheaper. Less cheaper than VIP. Why? Because it is rendering service. It is government owned. So
but that's wholly government.
You understand?
For GPRT people, they buy their own trotro.
I understand they buy their own trotro, but there are interventions.
So that's why there's private in Ghana, private something.
Yes, but there are elements of government support that they also receive.
Which kind of support? They don't receive any support.
Are you sure?
No,
so if do they construct their road? They pay their taxes.
Oh, the roads.
Yes.
All of us. The view is that. It is our tax that is money that is used to they pay taxes.
Good.
So all of us are benefiting.
Then me, I don't have any problem. So long as they are making it look as though they are business people and they only think profit maximization. This is where I'm very happy that the government intervention is coming in. You know, in the previous administration of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, that was when we rolled out this issue. this initiative of Ayalolo.
Oh, Ayalolo was good.
Was very good. And then we are revamping it. It is coming back. Because in Accra, when you go to Accra Central, the terminal is there. They still use it. When you go to Accra,
I was at the
Metromas. During that time, I used to have the Metromas card.
Oh, and it was very convenient.
Very convenient.
Like you go, there's no.
And they move according to their time.
Absolutely. So when you come late, you will have to wait. And there's convenient sitting.
And even no matter how there's queue, they will absorb a lot. And if willingly you even want to stand on the bus because you are in a hurry, you join. Immediately it's time.
And you know they used to have dedicated routes.
Exactly. So the traffic.
When you go to Abekan, there's some routes they have created.
Yes.
So the traffic was not even. So it was very fun. I don't know why.
So the government is, revamping.
But in terms of intervention, the last time I spoke to your friend Nuruddin Hamdan,
Okay.
He's the deputy CEO for STC.
Yeah.
Even during Christmas, we had this conversation. He said they were going to do something for the people in Accra. Unfortunately, they didn't make arrangement for us here in Kumasi.
Yeah.
It looks as if all these interventions that we usually talk about, what government has said about Metro Mars, what STC did, usually it is targeting Accra.
Yeah.
And it's like, why do they think Kumasi is not an urban city? We are struggling with transportation.
They know very well. But then, when you compare the problem in Accra, the population and this, where these problems are
but
very
the closest
frequent,
to Accra in Ghana is Kumasi.
But look at the intervention government even made. That was in the December. It yielded some very positive
but
results.
we didn't feel it. We in Accra, in Kumasi,
so now the only thing that we need to do it, Alpha, apart from you, okay, apart from Orange, how many media house or radio stations or TV stations see this as a topic worthy of discussion?
It's a very serious topic.
But then, what prompts the government to take steps towards salvaging the situation in Accra is because of the always it is in the center of discussion.
Okay.
Media houses will go there, go and report this one. Go. But who has seen ours in Ashanti region here? Nobody is seeing it. Our bloggers are all about Daddy Lumba and his family's issues. And we are not pointing. Imagine if maybe, let's say, we should have people go to the various stations here in Kumasi and also capture it and start to use social media to paint the picture for the government to see. They will be swift to act. But then we are not crying. We are not speaking aloud for the government to see that, yes, there is a problem here. Because when you come to Ashanti region, a lot of people use motorbikes. A lot of people use this Trotsky. So some of these challenges, they are there, but they are not as serious as in Accra. So they don't take us serious.
But they are very
we
serious.
need to begin to talk.
They are very serious. When you are on the Alonga Junction stretch, you see it. A lot of people queuing. If you go to CBD, we are told the Buakwa people, as for them, it's even worse. Tech stretch. If you get to Tech Junction, there's a station close to Tech Junction.
Yeah.
Tech. Yeah. Long queues. You'll be amazed. So, and Ababu station.
Yeah.
We're having. So
now what we need to do is,
we have captured a few of them, but just like you said, maybe all of us will have to come together and
we
do a lot more on that. But I still think that it's something that, because when I spoke to him, he acknowledges that yes, there's a problem in Kumasi.
Yeah.
But just that the solution, I don't know, maybe Kumasi will have to.
We have to begin to talk.
I don't know.
And then let's use this medium to call on government to consider, the same measures that have been adopted to help.
Because the two cities that is struggling with transportation is Accra,
kudos to Honorable John Dumelo. You see how he also
on his personal level.
So the MPs whose area is also going through some of these problems, they should also make steps. You see what he has done also forced the Minister for Roads to come out and then talk. Minister for Transport, I think. He said we did that intervention and then deployed some of these buses to this. During the rush hours in December because of the festive occasion. But then after that, they realized that as it's the problem has normalized, so they retrieved the bus. But now it's like there's the need for us to make a conscious effort to make it much more sustainable because the problem is still there.
Yeah.
What prompted that? Because of what John Dumelo did and how the media carried the story and were praising him. So the ministry saw the need for them to intervene. So I'm sure we should also begin to take it up and then let the government know that it's more serious also here, so that the same intervention that has been put in place to salvage the situation in Accra, at least some should also be extended here. So that
finally, before we wrap up, you are very interested in conversations to do with LGBTQ.
Yeah.
How come there's a manual that has been published to guide teachers in their teaching, which has components that seems to more or less put a different definition to gender, and so to suggest that if you feel you may be a man, but if inwardly or internally you think that you're more female than a man, you can choose to define yourself as a woman instead of a man. Something, well, these are relics of LGBTQ. And this is how it starts. Usually begins to psych the mind, and by the time we realize there's acceptance, and then it becomes easier for us to accept some of these things. You've heard a lot of things around it. What's your position on this matter?
Alpha, you know, when it comes to the issue of LGBTQ, for me, I don't attach any politics to it. And then I'm worried that these things are still in a system that we are struggling with. And I'm still praying. I'm praying hard that though the government has shown great commitment to signing the anti-LGBTQ bill, but then we should try in as much as possible to hasten it so that we keep these needless controversies around this topic. Because imagine if we had started the process or we've sealed the deal, all these things wouldn't have found any way in public discourse, because everybody would know that constitutionally it is against the constitution of this country. So for me, I'm still calling on government, let's speed up the processes to ensure that this thing has become a thing of the past.
Have you seen commitment from the part of government?
I have seen commitment.
Have you seen agency?
I've seen commitment, but I've not seen agency. I have seen commitment, but the agency remains questionable, because I feel like by now at least the bill should be laid. I understand that, okay, fine, the government wants to sponsor it as a government bill so that at least we'll know, and I'm happy that the government has actually adopted it as a government bill so that it will go down in history as it is a government of the NDC that saw that happen. I'm very happy about that, but I think the government should speed up the processes and make it look like something that is more of importance, significant importance to the culture and values of the good people of Ghana. Because I don't know why we should be having this conversation. And Alpha, you see, this NACA, I think there's a serious overhauling that needs to be done within the NACA settings. Yes, they were the same people who were in the center of the controversy in 2018 and 2019. And in fact, they supervised the printing of the textbooks. This time now, what we are talking about physical education. That is for high school
students.
High school. Okay? And then it wasn't even in the textbooks. It was in the...
It was a guide for teachers.
For teachers,
so that's
and
what
not
they
for
will
students.
use. That's the guide they will use in
Good.
teaching.
And not for students. But then in 2018, 2019, NACA, how did they approve and allow, this content of LGBTQ, even at the basic level? NACA supervised that. They supervised that. And then this curriculum that we are talking about, this manual that we are talking about, that's how this element and defined, gender in line, which is in tune with the LGBT and its own related activity. It was developed in 2014, in 2024. It is something that the previous government has arranged. So the boss, the director general who is currently there, I'm sure that he also raised question about their quality control initiative. Because how come that something like this is there when they were doing review of the curriculum, nobody saw it so that they would use to align as to whether it is aligned with the values and the customs of the Ghanaian family values. He raised that issue. He was just appointed on the 3rd of May 2025. And then this curriculum was developed
during this period that it has been published to be used. So the argument some will make is that if you are a NACA and your main job is to approve these kinds of documents before it goes out, what kind of review did you do? What kind of job did you do? How come it slipped through your hands? And now, if it was not because of the advocacy of Reverend Jim Fojo, we may have not seen or realized that this was a problem.
As for Sofumeko, ignore him. He's not serious.
He's serious.
He's not serious.
He's the one who led
because
this
what he said is different from what the problem is that we are discussing.
What did he?
He is saying that LGBTQ has been introduced in our schools and is being taught.
No, so maybe his argument is that
Alva, is that the case?
I'm coming. If a guide has been given to a teacher and it contains this particular element, that is what the teacher will depend on to teach the kids.
Alva.
So it is akin to teaching them that particular thing, because if you say this is your guide It should guide how you teach. I'm likely to represent that view in the classroom.
Alpha.
Or to advance that view in the classroom.
Immediately he came out to make that noise. They took responsibility, and the Director General came out to say there was a problem. He acknowledged.
And I'm saying that if not for Intim Fojo's advocacy, he wouldn't have said that. And we wouldn't have known. And this will have been taught
but
in the
do you know,
classrooms.
there are more teachers who also raise concern about this, but because they don't have the voice as him, that is the reason why the matter was not public as and when he carried it out. Yes, that is the issue. So the Director General has acknowledged he helped.
Because if not for
he helped, but then was trying to create a different picture from what the actual picture was. And that is where I feel like sometimes you are a reverend. He said he's a reverend, so he should do his things in a more honorable way, and he should be honest. Say it as it is. You'll be appreciated. You don't need to embellish it and then make it too. Add so many things to it. Just say it.
You don't think it's that serious?
I don't think it's that serious, because most of the exposés that he does, it's channel.
No, I'm saying the matter.
The matter is serious. The matter is serious, but I'm very happy that they have acknowledged that it was a problem that they are also not happy with. And then the Director General has come out to speak that even that has exposed the gap within their quality control.
Something Naka boss should go. Should be sacked.
Why should he be sacked?
Because
if he had
come to responsibility, he allowed this to go, so he didn't do a good job, so he ought to be sacked.
So if they tell us he ought to be sacked, then we are happy, because at least it is also demonstrating the commitment of the NDC and then what the MPP did. Because the MPP under Akufo-Addo appointed one, I think, Yaira. He was the Naka boss, and under his tenure, they initiated the LGBTQ even in the basic level, and it was in their textbooks, and President Akufo-Addo never sacked him. Intim Fojo never called for him to be sacked. So if this man who just took over in less than maybe, let's say, 3 months is there and this thing has happened, and then you think he should be sacked, then that is yours. That is your problem. And then the man has acknowledged that it was a mistake, and then they've even recalled that manual for it to be reviewed, so that it will align with the customs and traditions of the country. Okay. So I don't think this is anything that should be called for the man's head. I think he should be given time to settle, because definitely when you get into an organization, you would still need time to settle, to understand how the things work over there. And these are voluminous documents that we are talking about. Perhaps he came and in his wisdom he would think that, okay, I don't think the people there would be able to commit such a blunder in trusting their competence, and then suddenly this will happen. Because even in one of his statements, he was like, when the thing was brought to his attention, he read it and could not even understand it. So he has to give it to somebody to confirm as to whether what he was seeing with his eye was real. And then it was like, it was real.
Before he had not even read it.
Yes. That is from the.
How do you sanction for something to be published without reading it?
You see, they say the curriculum was developed in 2024. So it was
so
fully
there's a difference
prepared.
between development and publishing.
Good.
So it's developed. It has to go through certain processes before it's published. The expectation is that the processes will include
you unearth all the
auditing, editing, review, what have you.
Yeah.
So it means that there is a gap there.
That is where he accepted and told the good people of Ghana that at least this thing that has happened has exposed the gap within their quality control measures, and that needs to be tightened. And I also support the call by Mr. Amweni 4. Because of the back and forth NACA has been doing with our educational curriculum and with this issue about LGBT, I also agree with them that an independent investigative body ought to be set to ensure that even when NACA finish auditing and what have you, before approval, it should go through that independent scrutiny before the official approval will be given. Other than that,
because I certainly have no idea how many of these are in the syllabus and it's being used to teach our kids.
No, but
maybe there could be some that we have no idea.
Already been said that it was just a few copies given to the teachers, and that has been recalled.
I see.
That has been recalled. So for that, I can.
For all you know, some teachers have used it to teach kids. And it has been ingrained in their mind.
Perhaps, but for now,
So
if it is ingrained
I don't
in
know
your
how
mind, it will be disgrained in your mind very soon because you are not going to hear such nonsense being taught in the class again.
Let's leave it here. Your last words before we go.
Well, I believe that the government is committed when it comes to this issue of LGBT, and then clearly in Team Forjo, Honorable, you can see since the government came, it's been a year and some month. A month. And then there had not been any scandal. So his desperate attempt, where in this country when he came,
this was not desperate.
It was a desperate attempt.
But he helped Ghana. He helped the kids.
No,
Ghana.
let me tell you, it was.
If he had not stepped
how did he call for the head of the former, NACA boss appointed by his president? No,
okay,
he didn't make
we
that.
We are dealing with the current issues.
So what we are talking about it. President Mahama has already made an emphatic statement that talk when you see things go wrong. But then when you are talking, be responsible in your talks.
He wasn't?
Say it as it is, so that we will handle it as
Let's leave it here. Umar Harris is a member of the NDC's communications team in the region, contributing to conversations to some of the topical issues that we've been dealing with. That will be all for our show this morning. I was there with Janice Obukwajimani. You heard from Mark. You didn't hear from him, but he streamed the whole program live on Facebook. So maybe you want to share the link with him. He knows what to do with it. My name has been Alfa Ali. Have a very good morning.